A show based on the facts, honesty, the man, the myth, the legend. ChristiTutionalist Joseph M. Leonard.
Moving into the month of December, of course, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and it won't be long. Happy New Year. Welcome to ChristiTutionalist Politics Podcast, aka CTP, in association with thelibertybeacon.com, and I am your host, Joseph M. Leonard, and that's Leonard. CTP is your no muss, no fuss, just me, you, and occasional guest type podcast. Really appreciate you tuning in. As Graham Norton would say, let's get on with the show! Hello, everybody. Welcome to another ChristiTutionalist Politics Podcast episode. We will be dealing with Christian, but not necessarily politics side of things today. As with me, I forgot to ask you before I hit record how to pronounce your name, because when you're younger, so I don't know if you remember Captain and Chenille.
I get it all the time.
Do you? Right. So it is Chenille?
It is. You're right.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that indeed was pronounced the same way or not. And I forgot to ask you before I hit record. So
that's okay. We get to know each other right here. It's great.
Yeah. So who's your captain? We need Captain and Chenille.
Actually, my husband would be my captain. Yeah. He's amazing. So yeah. People do say that to us all the time. And they're like, where's your captain hat? So, yeah.
Yeah, my audience knows I can never pass on the lame, stupid puns and wordplay and that. So
the dad jokes, I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, dad joke expert here.
I like it.
AKA Jokester Joe when I co-host on Savage Unfiltered podcast.
Oh, fun.
At any rate, for those viewing on behind the scenes video, you can see me holding up a piece of paper. There's a picture of her. And this is the press release from Michael Stover. And I love it. One simple prayer. Let's talk about before we get to that,
okay.
we got to do the usual beginning nitty-gritty. Cue the Who song. Who are you? Who. Right? Give us the nitty-gritty. Where were you born? Where were you raised? Where are you now? All that kind of stuff.
Okay, very good. Yeah. Well, I'm originally from northern Utah, up on the border where it's cold. So, yeah. I'm originally from Utah. I've been all over, though. Right after I graduated high school, I moved to Las Vegas, where I did some not performing
Vegas.
Like you think.
Yeah.
But performing.
I love Vegas.
I do too. And I love its weather. I do. I'm one of these people that I can't be warm enough. I really like warm. So it's good. And then the Lord moved me to Houston, Texas. And I was there for a couple of years, loved it. I didn't know that Texas, I thought it was dry. Houston is not dry. It's like a rainforest. It was gorgeous. I loved it. And then he moved us to Illinois, and I was there for 16 years, and I had 2 performing arts schools. And so we had singing, dancing, acting, improv. We taught all the instruments. We had hundreds of students, lots of teachers. That was my life for about 16 years, helping other people get into the music industry, teens and adults alike. But we worked with a lot of kids and things as well, of course. But then the Lord called me to be in ministry full time. And that it was not shocking to me, but it was definitely a change of pace for me. So I started using my voice for him. And now I'm in Nashville. So here we are. This is where he moved us. So, and I love it. I absolutely love it here.
people don't realize. I mean, if I used to vacation in Vegas all the time, but haven't been out there since 2006. But if you go in December, it gets cold in the desert at night. You know, people don't realize that. But I do agree wholeheartedly. 110 dry heat there is far better than 80 degrees and 80% humidity here in Michigan. I will take that any day of the week. And so you were in the state of Illinois for a while.
Yeah, if you're talking politics, we're definitely there. Yeah.
Well, I joke about Missouri too, the state of misery.
Misery. Yes, absolutely.
Just a joke, people. Don't send me nasty grams from the show me state.
Right.
So indeed, at any rate, Michael's press release mentions the song One Simple Prayer about hope, faith, and the power of prayer, and this show being Christian. So I talk all the time. I have a show, Is Prayer Alone Enough? And I say,
you do?
Yeah, and the answer to that is no, because some people leave out parts of the Bible that they've kind of abandoned, don't read anymore, forgotten about. Like 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, pray, turn from wicked ways, I shall hear and heal your land. They want to jump from pray to God waving a magic wand. No.
I agree.
This
is not how it works, people.
You got to do things. He will help, not just wave a magic wand while you sit your butt on your couch doing nothing.
Isn't that
all day long, right?
Yep.
So, one simple prayer. So, indeed, what was the motivation for that?
You know, at the very, very beginning of the song, it goes, if I can take a moment and share my heart with you. It's me wanting to share just very simply. Like if I'm singing this somewhere, I was just in Illinois performing actually, and I sat down on the edge of the stage and I just got really real with the audience because I think all of us have been through things. I mean, it's part of why we're here, right? We've all been through things, and sometimes we're a little bit desperate, or maybe we're not, and we just need one little thing from God. And we say, you know what? Please calm my troubled mind, calm my troubled heart, whatever it may be, and just give that one simple prayer. I hear a lot of people that are like, I was on my knees for hours. You know, I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. I don't know. I know God doesn't have time. He has time to hear
it.
And
that's true too. I mean, I never really addressed that, but I mean, I would imagine God's pretty busy. So yes, does he hear all our prayers? Yeah, but he doesn't want to hear our whining.
Exactly. I don't want to hear my kids whining. Why would he want to hear his kid whining? No, I just think it's really cool because this song talks about he never promised us sunshine without rain, right? He didn't, but his mercy doesn't fail. And so just ask and put your trust in him. And you're going to go through some stuff. He never said it would be easy.
Right. You remind me, brought into mind, triggered in a good way, not left-wing emotionally hysterical way, but triggered a thought right back when. And maybe I would love to hear you do a cover of, remember, I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like you were saying, right? I never promised you a rose garden. The earth is a harsh place.
Unfortunately. We are getting worse.
You could say that again. And we have to struggle through it, do the best we can to be the best we can as sinners, as imperfect beings that the human race is, in knowing that if we at least attempt to do it right here, that we get rewarded in eternity later. More important.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely, this song was really cool the way it came about. I was on social media and I got a messenger on Facebook, And the gentleman said, do you write? And I'm like, do I write what? Can you be a little more clear? No, he was amazing. I asked him, I said, how do you know me? I'm not friends with you on Facebook. How did you find me? And he said, I was scrolling and I found your song, Look What God's Done for Me. He said, in the first 30 seconds of it, he said, God told me, and he writes for Discovery Channel and for all these big, and he writes for, what's the soap opera? I can't think of what it's called.
There's a bunch of them.
He writes for
my sister
is for a soap opera.
Yeah, my sister is heavy into Days of Our Lives. So if you find out he writes for that,
it's not that one. I can't.
Please.
Think of what it's called.
Okay. I was going to say, if that's it, send them my way because my sister will want me to do an interview with them.
Well, you should do an interview with Terry. He's amazing. But he said he heard that song and God said to him, "You are not writing for her. You're co-writing with her." And this song, so we sat down just like you and I are right now, because that's how we write, right? And we sat down and he said, well, share with me your testimony of God and what you've been through. And then he did the same thing for me. And we wrote this song after sharing each other's experiences. We wrote this song in an hour and a half.
That's not, you are saying what I say about my online writings and my books. They're not of me.
That's
They're
right.
not from me. They are through me.
Yeah, I call it a conduit. You're right.
Exactly.
We are conduits. Yes. And same when I sing, like if I'm singing at a church or with even with an orchestra or wherever I may be performing around the world, I am most certainly open and I'm saying to Heavenly Father, which I like to call him Heavenly Father, it's a little more personal for me. I say, use me. Please, please, please. You gave me this voice for a reason. I know I'm literally your instrument. Please use me as a conduit, please. And it is incredible. I'll be standing there. In fact, this happened in Bowling Green, Kentucky, not too long ago. And I got to a church and I had my whole list going on and of songs and what I was going to do. And the Spirit said, nope, you are singing He's My Son today. And I was like, oh, I haven't sang that for like 3 years. I didn't even find it in my repertoire. And there was somebody there who needed it. And I didn't know that.
Yeah. Exactly. You never know when somebody really, really needs the message and may stumble across it. And like you said about instrument, you are figuratively and literally musically his instrument. Yes, I like the way you put that. Exactly. Figurative and literal.
That's right. Yeah. We get to be that. Isn't that cool? I love that. So, yeah.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Podcast fans, get more about your favorite podcasts via deepcast.fm, transcripts, and all kinds of extra available information on your favorite podcast, including ChristiTutionalist Politics Podcast, is listed at deepcast.fm, as well as, are you a podcaster? Well, you can claim your free listing and more via Deepcast Pro. Check out tinyurl.com/DeepcastPro for podcasters for your free listing, and that's the number 4 in there. tinyurl.com/DeepcastPro for podcasters, the number 4. Deepcast Pro, the number 4 podcasters via tinyurl.com extension. Take care, all. You gotta check them out. Get more out of your podcast, whether you're the podcaster or the podcastee. Yeah, I think I just invented that word.
So One Simple Prayer, is that out only as a single or is it out on an album?
Actually, I did it as a single. Believe it or not, here in Nashville, I came out here thinking, well, not thinking a whole lot, actually. I didn't really know why I was here fully. But I came out and my mind says, and I'm kind of old school, album.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You put out an album. And out here, they're like, nope, right now, it's smarter to put out singles. So for all y'all who are listening and want to do music, you put out a single right now. So I have 3 singles, and I'm thinking I kind of need an album.
Eventually, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have enough songs to do an album, but it's all in God's timing. So it's just a waiting thing.
Well,
you know?
when it does come out, I do really want to hear your rendition of Rose Garden on it.
Oh, I'm going to write it down. Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
I've done stranger things. So my mom would love me to sing that one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a classic. Yeah. Something you remember your mother playing like on a 45 growing up?
Right. Yeah. And she played on the piano. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she knew how to play it, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're a very musical family. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn Anderson.
Yes. I come from a musical family too.
Oh, good.
But my dad and my dad's dad, polka bands.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sorry. No, I don't mind polka music, but no, I'm not going to learn the accordion and follow in your and Grandpa's footsteps. I dabbled in country and pop for a while in the 70s and 80s, but unlike Dad, I wasn't able to get a record deal. So it's not like it is today where anyone can drop single after single online.
Absolutely.
99-cent downloads.
Yeah. It's incredible what we can do nowadays. Yeah. And it's incredible how both sides, not necessarily, these are spiritual politics, right? But how both sides of the of heaven, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but you got heaven and hell fighting here on earth right now. And the music world is no different as far as Christian music or hard music that's fighting. They're fighting. It's a spiritual war here. In all things, in all genres of music, but also just in life in general. It's very interesting to sit back and watch if you look at it as on a spiritual term.
I recorded with a couple of rappers, Gista and DBP, but they're saying the same thing, right? We need to bring good back into rap. Right, because it's become so negative and destructive, and drugs and sex and abuse.
It's terrible.
So trying to bring good back into that genre, there is no more clear indication of what you said about the battle of good and evil in music than that rap genre.
Yeah, that's a tough one. They've got a tough job. The rap world it definitely didn't start with a Christian base, did it? And Chenille would not consider it music, but that's just Chenille.
No.
So don't throw tomatoes. Don't throw tomatoes. It's just not my favorite.
Well, it depends on the subgenre of rap. I liked Tupac, even though like what was the California Love? I mean, that was positive at least.
Okay.
So, it wasn't like old Snoop Dogg and NWA gangsta rap with all that killing and burning and looting stuff, right?
Right.
But even all those old gangster rappers now are older, and then it's like Snoop Dogg has actually put out a couple of nicer songs. He's got a daughter. It's like, I grew up.
Yeah. That's so true. That is. Yeah, I like that. It's true. We grow up. Definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I'm hoping with the world that we live in right now, I mean, with all of the chaos that's ensuing, and we're told in the last days that that's going to happen. So we're clearly, I like to say that I was like the first to put my hand up and say, I'm signing up for the last days.
Oh, I hope not. I do have an episode that I talk about end times with Christopher Armstrong Stevenson and Revelation. And indeed, there have always for 2,000 years been people standing on the corner. The end is nigh. Right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But
Yeah.
wow. I mean, it really is. And I hope and pray not, obviously, for my own benefit, but friends, family. I don't have kids, but cousins who have children. I don't want them going through that.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, that's for sure. But in thinking about this song, that is one of those things that I was thinking is when people are in perilous times in their in their relationships, or whether it's they're worried about the chaos of the world or whatever it is, losing their job, or I don't know, diagnoses and these different things. My biggest hope with this song was that somebody would be reached by it, that they would be able to get on their knees and ask for whatever it is that they need, that they would be open to that if they heard this song. That was my whole plan.
Yeah. Today's society, it's almost like we've gone back to the 60s, the hippies, right? If it feels good, do it, right? Yeah. Everything now, me. What do I get? True. When do I get it? How do I get it now? Right? Yep. And we all need help at times. And indeed, hopefully people will understand our Heavenly Father is the ultimate one there. And I want to mention the song, though. Is it Garth Brooks' Unanswered Prayers?
Oh, I love it. Right? That song melts me. Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Right. Just because your prayer isn't answered doesn't mean it may have been what you wanted, but it may not have been what you needed.
That's right. Yeah. I love that. That's so true. Yeah. And I like that it's a thinking thing for that too. It's not a, you're right. His song was genius. Yeah. Probably very inspired. I would think so.
So much music goes back so long. We could talk all night about a bunch of different songs and other artists.
You like a lot of different artists. I'm very impressed.
Yeah. Well, like I said, having grown up in a polka band family, but Elvis, Nielsen, Linda Ronstadt, Barbara Streisand, although I can't stand her, but wide country, rock, pop, and so I like even classical music on occasion, or even jazz, light jazz. I could, when in the mood, it's good. I don't understand so many that hate on all the other genres.
Right. I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah. And I actually sing everything as well. So I've got country, I've got jazz, I've got Broadway, I sing everything. But it's been really interesting over the last 2 years of being here, how God has I haven't looked for anything. I haven't gone out of my way to look for interviews or different things. It just funnels down. And it's interesting how when I think we're doing what God wants us to do, that we are very, very fulfilled in what we're supposed to be doing. It's funneled. It's just absolutely amazing to me that it's just all right there. It just is boom, 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 boom. It all lines up,
When that door gets slammed in your face, don't focus on the door. Look for that window God opened for you.
Thank you for unanswered prayers.
Exactly. Yeah, that can be very true. Exactly correct.
Most certainly.
Yeah. When I come across someone, I've got a general idea and a feel for them, but I don't want to do a lot of research and we're seeing it here, right? I want it to be a natural flowing, whatever comes up, comes up. The Rose Garden thing, I'll do another. The unanswered prayers thing, I'll do something else. Something I'd never would have thought had I researched you to write out as specific questions, right?
There you go. I'm glad. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And you're out in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, right? Southern suburb of Detroit, exactly.
Okay, all right, very good.
Yeah, but back to Vegas. haven't been to Vegas since 2006. I was at the Sahara right before it shut down to remodel to become the SLS or whatever it is now. I had the privilege, thankfully, of like staying at the Stardust before it closed.
Oh, yeah.
All those lovely old, yes. That place reinvents every 5 years. It's almost completely different. And the Tropicana is going to be torn down to make way for the Oakland A's ball stadium.
That's right.
So I would love to get out and stay at the Tropicana before it completely shuts down.
Yeah, you should.
Especially now that the weather's turning cold here, I need to go someplace warm.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm super glad that God moved us here because, like I said, I've been out in Utah. We've been out in Illinois. So Utah gets tons of snow. They never shut anything down ever. And then you get here to Nashville and in Illinois, we had ice storms. So you'd go, you couldn't, it was an ice rink. It was ridiculous. And then we come to Nashville and talk about prayers for years that maybe have been answered. I don't know, but we have a 4-letter word in our home that we don't say anymore. I'll let you in on the secret, but I don't do snow.
Right. I knew exactly where you were going with that.
Yeah, we don't do that. I'm like, don't be saying that word in my house. Nashville is the perfect place.
I want it on Christmas Day,
that's right.
And that's about it. Snow Christmas Eve, beautiful, dashing through the snow,
right.
and the one-horse open sleigh, right, to Grandma's house we go. Other than that, no, thank you.
No snow. I agree with you. Yep, most certainly. So anyway, but yeah, if you get a chance to hear, I don't know if you've heard One Simple Prayer quite yet, but it's on all the music platforms and they can hear it wherever. Also, it's interesting because One Simple Prayer has done very well. I don't really care about charts. That's not what I'm looking for. It's not about that. So I have no idea where it is as far as that goes. I know it's on almost 5,000 radio stations across the country, which is really amazing. I am blown away. The song that I had before that one has just sent waves. It's absolutely amazing. There's even a lady in China who, through an interview like this, sent the podcast interviewer a message and said, and the song is "Look What God's Done for Me." And then it basically turns it over to the listener and says, what has God done for you? Like, we should be looking for these things daily. And so, and then sharing them, right? So look what God's done for me. And this lady in China sent him a message and said that she didn't believe that there was a God, but this song spoke to her. And she said, I've asked God to show me that he's doing something for me. I sing internationally. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've been to China. I speak Mandarin. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just blew me away, though, that the music, you just send it out into the universe and hope that it does good. But when you hear something like that, where really somebody is now asking God a question where they would have never, ever even thought to talk to him.
In that particular circumstance, that's good. But like in more Christianic type countries, if you're asking, if you're not seeing what you've been blessed with on a daily basis, it's like in my Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You book, I've said for decades, so I have my character say it, right? Could always be better, but it could often be worse.
Yeah, right? I like it.
Thank God for the blessings we have in this country. Absolutely. We have it so good. We are so damn spoiled in this country.
We don't even know it.
And that's the problem. If someone in this country is asking, show me what you've done for me, that's a problem. Look around you. Look around you.
Yeah, just look up. Open your eyeballs. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I mean, I've been to third world countries a lot, and to be able to go and sing to them. I was in Mexico. Oh my gosh, I've never felt so out of place and so humble in my entire life. And I don't know that I could even feel it today, but I was in Mexico and they took us to this cute lady's house. And she said, no, wait. and she had us wait outside of her, like, what do you call the metal that sticks up the
Like they hold up the awning, the
yeah.
wrought iron rail.
Yes, exactly. So it's like a fence out front with, and I'm like, okay, this, I was like,
wanted
okay,
to clean up. Yeah, right.
Dirt floor. She was sweeping a dirt floor so that this American could enter. Oh no, no. Oh, my heart. We do not know what we have.
So, far too many take far too much for granted.
Yes.
And indeed, again, like we said, pray, but God doesn't want to hear us whining all the time and taking for granted all the bounty that we have here in this nation.
Unbelievable. I love, and not everybody has to do this, and I don't think I even have to do this, but I like to take my kids out of the country, and I like to show them. And we just did a service project for the people in North Carolina. I want my kids to see that everything that you have can be wiped away in a heartbeat, and you dang well better have a testimony of your Savior, Jesus Christ, because he is the only one who can hear you. He is the only one that can help you, heal your heart if you're going through something. We just have to know it. That's why we live in this country.
Yeah, it's one thing to see things and show via tape on TV. It's a whole other thing to be there. Like I, on a cruise, took a side trip into Belize for tubing down the Amazon River through the Amazon forest, right?
Wow.
But between the boat and the dock and there, nothing but destitution.
Yeah. Oh, it just makes your heart hurt. Yeah. And then I get home and I look at my carpet and I think, oh, I just want to lay down.
Yeah. And
it's like, thank you, God.
And, it's like what little I've got handing out singles, because an American single to somebody in Belize is like hitting the lottery. And you can help them by just that little, the little time you're there. And even our tourist dollars help flow a little into the other areas and help give other people jobs, the tour guides and all that, and making a trinkets, and a lot of times rather than giving them $1, they want to to buy a trinket. Even if you take it and throw it out, people have pride. And I talk on my Christian show all the time. Human nature. Pride is not the sin.
Right.
We should be proud of our children when they hit a home run in baseball or whatever. We should be proud of a job well done at work. What it is the sin is hubris. When it's all about us all the time. Again, me, what do I get and how soon can I get it? Hubris is the sin, not pride. There's a big difference.
Preach it. I love it.
We, unfortunately, 2,000 years removed from Christ, we have warped a lot of the Aramaic, Latin, Hebrew, and Greek translations. It's like, also, it is, thou shalt not murder innocents. It is not, thou shalt not kill. Exodus 22:2 alone talks about killing, and it's not murder. There are many instances when, yes, you may have to engage in something that is going to take the lives of others. That is not murder of innocence.
Absolutely.
And like Matthew 7, that is one of the most bastardized scriptures there is. It's thou shalt not condemn. Condemn not, lest ye be condemned, because there are 13 plus other scriptures that tell us how to judge biblically. Righteously, exactly. Remove the log from our own eye, judge biblically ourselves and others on the same biblical standard, not condemn. Final judgment is for the Lord.
That is right. That is right. I love it. Yes, absolutely. Yep, fantastic. Yeah, love it.
So now, can you share? Is there something else in the works you can hint at, or is it all hush
No.
hush?
No. I'm not one of those. I like to share. Yeah. Actually, I have another song coming out. I've actually been working on it for a year. Most of these songs that are coming or that are released already have literally only taken a few hours to write at the most. When they come strong, they come strong. But this song, everybody knows it. I have a 4.5 octave range, and you've been in music, so you know what that means. It's huge. It's Mariah Carey, it's Celine Dion, it's Ariana Grande. And so I have a really, really powerful voice as well. I do a lot of Sandy Patty music. And so just if you don't know who that is, she's a Dove Award winner and has this powerhouse music voice. This song is Oh Holy Night.
Oh.
But it is so big. If you haven't heard my Amazing Grace on YouTube and watched that video, go on, type in Chenille and then Amazing Grace. And it's actually recorded in Southern Utah in Kolob Canyon. And it's called God's Fingers. And it is glorious. It's so gorgeous. And then we were there at 5 o'clock in the morning, freezing to death, trying not to look like I'm freezing to death. And the sun is coming up over God's fingers. And the very last notes are some of the highest notes, most powerful notes. And it was so amazing. But this Oh Holy Night song is bigger.
Yeah, I've got you. I'm glad you mentioned Oh Holy Night. I also, through Michael, talk with Luann Hunt, and I'm saving that show, that interview. By the time this airs, that will have dropped. Luann Hunt's got a couple Christmas songs, and she's got one that Patsy Cline didn't sing because her record company didn't want her to sing it. So in a way, she's bringing back Patsy Cline.
That's awesome. I'll have to look her up. Luann Hunt.
Yeah. Yeah. Reach out to Michael. That's
awesome.
Maybe the two of you could get together and collaborate.
There you go. Yeah. So Oh Holy Night, it's all orchestrated and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it has one of the highest notes I can sing in it. So it's pretty intense. But that's what's coming out next. So I'm excited.
Now you said you were out there. Is there a video associated with it then? That's what you were doing out there in the cold, recording a video, right?
Yeah, so if you go to any social media, you can find me, but YouTube has Amazing Grace Chenille. Now, as you said at the very beginning of the show, people don't know how to say my name. So if they don't know how to say it, they most certainly don't know how to spell it. So what I've done, and I've had some people tell me this, you need to make sure that there's another name associated with you that people can remember. I love to dress up. I'm a fancy, sassy, classy person, but they didn't know, most people don't like sassy, classy. So we went with Gospel Diva. So you can find me, and the diva is only in the name. It's only in the name. But people can remember Gospel Diva. So you can also look up Gospel Diva, Amazing Grace on YouTube. And it's a powerful, powerful song. The end is my favorite.
Well, let me spell it here. CHENILLE. And as I joked, like Captain and Chenille. Chenille.
That's exactly. Yeah. That's exactly. Just replace the T with a CH. That's right. Yep.
Okay. Well, it was great talking to you. Now, do you have your own website where people can reach out to you?
Yeah, they can find me at chenillesings.com or at gospeldiva.com. And then, you can find me on Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, iHeart, any of those musical platforms, but you can also find me YouTube and on my websites and Facebook, all of it. So, but one thing that I really love to do is if anybody is looking for a speaker for their youth or for a women's retreat or for their church or even their community, I have a patriotic show that I actually do with my family.
Oh, cool.
So like November 11th, we're doing a veterans gig. We've got several different things that we do. September 11th, we do one. But I have my kids and my husband because I think it's so, I can't even stress how important it is that our kids and all of us remember why we are here. Why are we here? And how did we get here? And have we forgotten? There's a song called Have You Forgotten?
Daryl Worley. I love that song.
I love it so much. So that is part of our show. And so if anyone's looking for a patriotic show all year round for veterans or whatever, we love to go and do that show. That
ties it up perfectly. We did the Christian thing. Now we got to the politics thing. You fit in perfectly with this show.
I was planning that. I planned that.
All right.
I love it.
Well, I really didn't have to research you because I know the type of artist that Michael Stover associates with. So
he's so amazing. What a sweet man.
If you have anything to do with him, I know I will like you.
You're so sweet. Yes, I agree with you. I knew when he put me out, he said, "Yep, my people are amazing." So you guys are. I've had several interviews, and he has been phenomenal. What an incredible guy. Yeah. So Thank you so much, and thank you to your viewers. I appreciate you guys being on and listening.
Take care. God bless.
You too. Have a good one.
Hey, gang! A brief interruption in the show about Christmas giving, kind of, sort of, or to ask, are you a coffee drinker? What about other coffee drinkers you know? It's indeed Christmas giving time, Hanukkah giving time. Again, I want to ask you, those coffee drinkers on your gift giving list, socks that'll get put in a drawer, they forgot you gave them, a tie or a shirt that'll end up buried in the back of the closet, they forgot you gave them. How about something useful like Blackout Coffee? Yes, I am partnering with Blackout Coffee. You can use promo code JOSEL20. Joseph for Joseph, L20 for 20% off. JOSEL20 promo code. Or better yet, I've created a shortcut, tinyurl.com/blackoutcoffees. And of course, Blackout Coffees all run together as one word, not three separate words. So again, tinyurl.com. I love using their shortcut services /Blackout Coffees should take you right in and automatically apply your 20% discount. So for yourself or for others, this Christmas, give Blackout Coffee something you know they're going to use, something they're going to enjoy, something that they then fondly remember you and your gift every time they sip from the Blackout Coffee cup of coffee. Thank you all. Take care. God bless. Merry Christmas. Thank you for having tuned in for ChristiTutionalist Politics Show. If you haven't already, please check out my primary internationally available book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you. Available anywhere books are sold. If you have locally run bookstores still near you, they can order it for you, or autographed copies are available online direct from me via terrorstrikes.info/shop. Be sure to check out more about today's discussion at thelibertybeacon.com, where my articles drop every Saturday. And let me remind, over time, the fancy high production items will come, but for now, for starters, it's just you as a very appreciated listener by me. All substance, no fluff, just straight to key discussion points. A show that looks at a variety of topics, mostly politics, through a Christian U.S. constitutionalist lens. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Take care. God bless. Just wanted to give a brief shout out and thank you to all the folks on iHeartRadio, Player FM, being 2 in the top 3 platforms that my show, ChristiTutionalist Politics, is most often listened. So thank you all. Take care. Like and subscribe to ChristiTutionalist Politics Podcast and share episodes. We need your help.
It is a myth that terrorism stopped during COVID. Unfortunately, mainstream media opted to prioritize pandemic hysteria over promoting all news. Terrorism continues. Simply hoping that it doesn't affect you is not a strategy. The new book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you, featured on The Author Show, is now available in paperback from bookstores, online, or as an ebook exclusively through Amazon Kindle. Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you by Joseph M. Leonard. Order today.